All right. So welcome, everybody. We've got Slopes to start it all off. At least for those that have watched live today, this is going to be a bit of a mix-up. Some people out there are maybe watching the whole way through, and they're going to watch every series. I expect a very different type of series here between Vinchester and Hearttt. Vinchester and Hearttt, I could both see the path would be similar. Maybe they could both get top 4 this season. Vinchester won season 1 before. He's been in amazing shape. Hearttt, I feel like, even though he's been consistently top 10 over the last year or two, I feel like he could get even better. So, oh, and I said I was going to cast with Dave. Shit, I completely forgot. That's really embarrassing. We were literally together in person 2 days ago. I'm so sorry.
You always join. Oh my!
I know you were talking. I know you were talking. I'm so sorry. Would you like to continue, or should we start over?
No. It's your tournament, Dick. Dude, make the introduction.
All right. Well, yeah. Welcome everybody. We got Vinchester versus Hearttt. Both players are incredible. I am a horrible friend and co-caster because I completely forgot that we were casting this. But I'm excited now. I'm excited now too because I'm like, oh shit, I forgot we talked about this. So, I was just saying how I think both players could honestly be top 4 in the event. Like they're both in the running for the whole thing. So will be fun to see what they show in week 1.
Yeah, I was pointing out before you got here that the maps are kind of flipped for them, right? Obviously on slopes, you're going to have to go for military early. But like you look at Heartt's base, Portuguese, he's got berries and gold in the back. And then you look at Vinchester's base and it's like super forward. Berries and gold.
Yeah, true.
He does have the secondary gold back there, so he can wall up if he needs to, but I think that'll pressure Vinchester into some more aggressive plays a little bit, and maybe put Hearttt a little bit more on the defensive.
All of Vinchester's Civ picks, at least the early Civ picks, they all revolve around infantry builds. And Vinchester, he's the one who started the little 2 militia drush. He's not going to be quite as crazy as Dragonstar was earlier and for the early barracks, but he's on 4 on wood. He's got Japanese. And so my expectation here is he's going to drop the barracks. There it is. And then you can take the side resources on slopes with the cheap mills of the Japanese. So it's a better map to do the 2 militia builds and the infantry openings than Arabia, let's say, because you can mill to get the food.
Well, I think Heartt's going to struggle a little bit with this early build. Not too much, but he got that Ibex about like 70% to the TC, and then it went back. So he's not going to have any scouting or anything about what's happening. He can probably assume it's going to be, some militia pressure or men-at-arms or whatever, but his information is going to be pretty limited here. And the Ibex is just going to be a little late.
Yeah, frustrating when you want to push in the Ibex, and then it doubles back on you, because you do have to go back over to the other side eventually, so it takes a little bit of time. Vinchester almost... I don't know if that was on purpose, but you should know where the opponent's TC is, and he almost got nuked by it. But he did also bait a garrison, and he sees the deer. He's getting some hits, and the militia are coming up behind this, and like we said, there's the militia from Vinch. So very clean from both players. Hearttt doesn't want to engage in the militia war. He wants to be feudal, and Vinch actually adding the 3rd militia now. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of infantry, right? You mentioned the Dragonstar set, dude. I saw that draft, and I'm sure Sato saw that draft, and it's like, okay, here we go. Like the entire draft, it was like Romans, Wu, Aztecs, Goths, Celts. Okay,
dude, that
was an insane set.
Dragonstar,
so much.
Dragonstar better be must watch for everybody now. Like that was ridiculous. And he's just such an interesting player for Platinum because he's gotten wins against players who are clearly more talented than him many times over his career, but he just has the strats. And his thing is make more units and have more map control. It's just super fun to watch. So I love that. But I would expect this to be a little cleaner and less overall craziness between these two.
Who's your favorite before these militia come in? Vinch is taking the long way around. He's being sneaky with it.
I have Hearttt.
Okay.
I think recent results have gone his way. I think I said 2-1 for Hearttt, but I don't think he was expecting the 3rd militia, and I don't think he was expecting this angle either. So Vinchester wants some value from the militia, and he's done a really good job at saving some of these vills. Can he save them all, though?
He's going to try, and he still hasn't killed the scout either. He had like 3 opportunities to kill the scout, but obviously it's a little messy back there. And Vinchester's going to get away with that. He does save 2 of them, though. A lot of idle time, but the villagers are still alive. They're still kicking, and Hearttt can focus on getting that range up on the front side, but it's going to be a while before he has any military to help him out back here.
That is sometimes the difference between this strategy being good or not, right? A little bit of damage control. That could have been 2 villager kills, and instead it's 0. And Hearttt should know now that Vinchester's probably going to play the sides. I'm really curious of what his scouting looks like. Because when I think of people that Heartt's going to train with for this, he's not normally training with people who play like Vinch with the 2 militia and that would take the risks to mill the sides. And Vinch is going to do both sides.
And Heartt's not even noticing that yet. He's been a little distracted. Like must be a little bit of a frustrating start for him for that Drutch to show up. And you add that to the deer earlier and everything, and it just must not feel amazing at the moment. But still, he's alive. He hasn't lost any vills. He's behind a risk collected because of the idle time. But he's going to be going forward with an archer and a spearman, and he doesn't go to the side.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm currently wondering, is he prepared for this map? Like, is this the map he's played a lot? Because the fact that he hasn't even checked either side is crazy. But at the same time, Vinchester's taking some risks. Vinchester has to know the opponent's had army for a long time and the scout. So to try and wall that when you're in the dark is a little out of the blue. And if he loses the Vill,
he's dead.
Yeah, that's sloppy. I think Vinchester should understand there that that's ambitious. So I guess some things to be critical of on both sides. Is Hearttt expecting the follow-up, Dave?
4 men-at-arms. He added another one. Like, he's back again. He still hasn't taken care of that wood line back there. 1 archer isn't that concerning for Vinchester. Might lose another villager to that, but if he gets value on this back wood line, that's totally worth it. If Heartt's focused there, this is so worth it, dude. Vinchester, can he get him? Can he block it?
I mean, already impressive that he's been able to click these out and not lose any villagers. Vinchester gets the block, though. He kills a Vill. And he also pushes Hearttt off the gold, and the woodline's really in an awkward spot. I think he did lose another villager on his woodline, so well played to Hearttt.
Yep.
But I'm happy with Vinch's position because he's got 1,000 food on either side, and Hearttt never scouted it either. So he has no clue Vinchester's out there, and he doesn't have that himself.
Arson coming in for those men-at-arms. We have the archer range at home, so there's not really going to be a follow-up immediately from Vinchester. It's just going to be these men-at-arms. Hearttt should be able to take care of that, but this is just limiting the amount of villagers he can have on wood. Like, he's taking straggler trees right now. It's not a super efficient eco for him, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Vinchester could, if he wants better wood lines later on, he has the villagers up there on the side, so he could end up taking the res. But we got to remember the risk is there, and that if Hearttt is able to find those villagers, which he's still not looking for, it could be 3 or 4 easy Vill snipes on either side. So long term as well, I just really love the Portuguese. I think the cheaper gold units and having access to Bombard Cannon and Imp give them the edge over the Japanese. So I think Vinchester's built all about the early damage. He needs to continue the pressure here.
I actually quite like the Japanese and Castle Age, though. Here, if you play into Cav Archers, it could be really, really nice.
Yeah, no, I think Cav Archer is maybe your best play. But what I always struggle with is getting to Cav Archers on an open map feels so brutal.
Yes.
Because you could get pressured by early crossbow or early elite skirm. So it's something that is a bit ambitious, and I think you need to have a lead to do. And right now, Vinchester just adding his own skirmishers.
Dude, Portuguese helped out Hearttt so much in this game. If he didn't have Portuguese here, he would have had huge wood issues.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, overloaded the berries pretty heavily. Berries are almost gone, actually, and he's walling up. And the other thing that you mentioned, the gold is on the back, so that's safe for him. Vinch does have more wood lines in his base, but it almost makes it more difficult because it's more stuff he has to wall right now. And he's not walled.
Just don't go for that wall. Yeah. It's just bad experiences. Don't go for that wall. Please just leave it. You've got a gold at the back you can take. He's pressuring forward now, and Hearttt tried to go up for a wall, and Heartt's going to lose a Vill.
Yeah. Evens it up. So both players in different positions. Also on the right side, Vinchester had to flee. So I think he left just at the perfect time because Heartt's over there with some archers. So I'm not sure if Vinchester's aware. Damage control is key here. Heartt's done a good job with that so far. But it's just the difference in the game is going to be who can mitigate damage while the other's in their base.
Oh, the archers are coming into Vinch's base. He didn't wall to the edge of the map. Could have been an easy wall there for him. He's going to try it now.
Ooh.
A little late, though. Little late. The archers are in. The skirms are there to block as well. It's not going to be easy to get back to the TC. Heartt's going to manage to take one. Villagers now running back to the town center, and Vinchester needs to completely reposition all of his wood eco. He's still attacking, but he's not finding the villager kills that Heartt can.
Click Heartt's archer range and toggle to the production time for a second. That range has been up a long time. That has been producing 90% of the time. And then Vinchester's has been producing about like 60% of the time. That's the difference right now. It's one range from both. They both have gone for blacksmith upgrades. They both have made similar units, but Heartt has just done a much better job of consistently producing. So well played. When you have to leave both your wood lines like that, that really delays your economy. So Vinchester, even though he's still got a small army on the front, Heartt's defending from that. Vinch will lose another villager on the gold, and Heartt can fall back. So I think score is a little deceiving right now. I really like Heartt's position, but still close.
I don't know if Heartt saw that scout. He didn't see the stable from Vinch. Vinch has the armor. And now the question is, like, if you're Vinchester, do you go for a counterattack with these scouts, or do you go after the army? Looks like he's revealed that he has a stable now.
Well, what really helped is that Heartt got on the wrong side. Heartt went a little deep there. He didn't patrol. And so Vinchester's able to snag a couple good hits there. There is a spearman coming, though, from Heartt. So
he must have seen the scout. He must have seen it.
Heartt's so good, I would always expect the game sense as well. But yeah, the spearmen are the difference between losing this entire army or not. Having said that, Vinchester's still weakened a lot of units, and the scouts have got great value here. He's actually just focusing down the range units and letting the scouts die.
Yep.
Huh. Interesting.
There's two really weak skirms there, too. Still has a little bit of an army on the left side, but like total HP is 18 out of 150. So I don't know how good that one's gonna be. Market now going up for Vinchester. Resources looking really solid for him. Res collected is identical almost.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that Heartt's killed 4 villas. So there's been a lot of idle time here for Heartt.
Close game, dude. 16 to 17 KD. I think the main difference is that one player is not that close to being fully walled. So Vinchester, there's still a headache. I think it's funny. It's still that same area that he tried to wall before.
Watch him lose another villager. Yeah, going out for that.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
I mean, he still needs to complete the walls. If Heartt can just run into his gold like that, it's going to be a headache. But he needs to click up first, and he will have the resources for Castle Age. Much faster than Heartt.
And the double range here. I mean, you mentioned it's difficult to get into Cav Archers, especially when your main gold is just constantly pressured like this.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably, like, he'll be forced to play in this skirm. And then once you have the gold loaded, that's when you switch.
Yeah, I think if you completely take map control with the skirms, then your opponent's going to go knights. Then you can go for the Cav Archers. You could convince yourself right now in Vinchester's position that you don't need any more skirms, but it needs to be careful with that because Heartt's coming forward with a big army. Heartt's balancing his res nicely to click up too. And Vinchester only has 3 skirms. So 3 skirms against 3 skirms, plus there's the archers behind. And Heartt pushing in. Vinchester at least pushed off the gold for now.
Yeah, just take the gold at the back, bro. Like, there's a gold at the back. It only costs 50 wood to make a mining camp with Japanese. Like, just take it. You don't need to be on that front one.
Sorry to deviate, but I've had 16,000 people mentioning volume. I did boost you as much as I can. Is there anything you can do? It's not bad. It's like maybe 10% lower, but
I should be fine, dude. I don't know.
Yeah,
let me see.
Yeah, if you can, it's like I said, it's not.
Mine's at max. Mine's at max, and I'm fine on my stream, so I don't.
Yeah. Okay. And now all the chatters who weren't paying attention to the like 1 or 2 people are saying it's fine here too. So, you know how it goes. You can get really. I can get particular on audio.
Right into the mic.
Okay, hold on. I gotta turn you down, guys. We gotta turn Dave down. He's too loud now. Yeah. Well, I was pointing out how ridiculous it is that I forgot to cast with you when you were literally here like 2 days before and we were hanging out in person. Oh, I feel so bad. Heartt's archers are headed to the north right now. But he might be expecting a town center up there.
Yep.
And
that's a good TC from Vinchester, I think. Just keep it condensed. You're playing skirms. You're going to play into cav archers. You don't need the sides yet. Just keep it condensed. Don't have any easy kills. Although Hearttt showing up on this TC might be able to snag a couple villagers before it goes up. Maybe one.
I mean, if he built this with 4 vills, which is the standard, he would maybe never get the TC completed. It's a little risky to be moving forward with your skirmishers as well here if you're Vinchester, but he completes the town center. He'll focus down the crossbows first. He'll kill 2 of them. The other 2 will probably be cleared up. And his
he's killing
skirms
villagers on the woodline too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice find. He found some weak ones there. The cav archers are here. Heartt's got a
Oh!
lot of crossbows in the ranges. He's got some knights coming out, and he just walks through. There's a hole!
There's a hole. And clearly not one that Hearttt expected. I think there's a chance that Vinchester could eventually lose this army against a couple knights, but if he can just force the issue right now, he's got 2 town centers and Hearttt is only on 1. This is amazing value for Vinch just being here.
Yep.
So he needs to trade against those crossbows, though. If he could kill off the crossbows and lose his skirms, that's fine. If you don't kill the crossbows and you lose all your skirms, you might regret diving in here. I think this is still good value from Vinch. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a lot of idle time again for Hearttt. A lot of messiness, right? He's going up for that TC, still hunting down those crossbows. Great angles Hearttt has taken trying to dodge away from those skirms to even keep these alive.
Something that comes into my mind now is how many times I've seen Hearttt play and how influenced I feel he is by that first game. If Vinchester could continue to do that, continue to get some momentum here, maybe could flow into game number 2 and game number 3 a little bit. Hearttt has improved on that, but he's definitely a little streaky in terms of how well he's able to perform if things go wrong.
Only 3 skirms and 4 cav archers for Vinch. Those knights are going to be a problem.
The difference between these two for me is the consistency of military production. Like, if Vinchester loses an army, it takes him a bit of time to get more military forward. Some of that could be Portuguese, though. It's one of the best civs to continuously make crossbows and knights, like in this instance.
Also, the fact that he went for early ballistics, right? So that's really gonna hurt his cav archer production. You can see it right now. Ballistics being in is gonna be nice against the knights, but with only 4 cav archers at the moment, it's going to take a long time before he can even start to think about a counter raid or anything on Hearttt. He just needs to hold.
Look at this from Hearttt. So he knows Vinchester's army is here. He's got another army headed to the north right now. That would be an area that Vinchester might expand to a second town center.
Sorry.
So
that call was from Pennsylvania, by the way, if you heard that.
Oh,
Maybe it's your parents, bro.
Did your phone just go off?
Yeah.
I mean, I get 1,000,001 calls from Pennsylvania. There's no one I know. It's all spam calls. But yeah, maybe Hearttt has the momentum now. He gets behind this wood line, which is already not looking too tasty for Vinchester. And Vinchester loses a bunch of villagers there, man. So Hearttt using the army on the left just to control the game. And he seems in a consistent position. The crossbows are still on the left side. He hasn't killed any cav archers. But 3rd town center coming up for Hearttt on the right. 8 villager lead now, and only 5 military for Vinch. It's back to what we said. It's so tough to get cav archers going if the game is actually close.
It's just the production, like you said. It's 100% the production. It's just Hearttt has it. He always does every single game he plays. And Vinchester, a little bit inconsistent this game.
Yeah.
Although he is going to clear up the cav archers. Nice micro there from Vinch. Good timing on the splits.
And the cav archers have +2 attack against ranged soldiers. So Japanese cav archer versus crossbow is way better for the cav archers if the numbers are even. So I think Hearttt needs to understand that, and he needs to switch into elite skirmisher here soon. If he stays on gold units, things could get a little tricky. 3rd archer range for Vinchester. That forward gold for him, that area that's still not walled, has been such an eyesore for me.
I think he's just been way too stubborn with it, right? Like, he could have taken that back gold a lot earlier. He could have walled up, played a lot more condensed. But he just kept having villagers here, and he's forced to stand his ground on that front side. He is going to start to clear up these crossbows, but it's always more military coming forward from Hearttt, and now he's making a switch into skirms.
Yeah, Hearttt will want good value. You don't have mobility right now, so if you lose this army and Vinchester's able to run over with cav archers, he can start to harass, and you have to chase a little bit. Almost feels like Vinchester's planning for a forward castle. The way the game's flowing, it's like he's hoping to clear the army in the middle and go for a forward castle. 12 on stone at this stage with Japanese is not your typical buildup.
Well, he already sold 300 of it, right? So it hasn't been the most efficient eco at all.
Yep.
Hearttt also going for the siege workshop in the middle. He saw that Vinchester was on the stone, so he might expect something like that. I think he needs something like a forward castle to get an advantage back in this game, but I don't think he can get away with it.
Well,
he's just going to have to take his medicine, put the castle at home defensively, and then try and claw your way back.
That's so crazy, the timing here.
That's such a good Cav Archer raid. Oh my goodness.
Hearttt was just thinking, okay, I see he doesn't have Cav Archers in the middle. Where am I exposed? He's protected in the middle and on the right side, but the one area he's exposed, the house walls are a little late. So nice job from Vinch, and this is what I mean. Now Hearttt has to bring skirmishers back. He has to chase those CA, and that allows Vinchester to potentially move somewhere else. But
I think that engagement right there, killing those vills, makes Vinchester feel a lot more comfortable about a defensive castle.
Yeah,
because he's gotten something, right? He's gotten some damage. He knows that Hearttt is a little frazzled by that. Now he can start to try and even up the eco a little bit, play defensive, and hopefully push his way back.
I mean, Vinchester still does not have a very big army. He brings the Cav Archers to the middle, but now Hearttt is still camping the main gold. I just love Heartt's consistency with production. Every time you look at Heartt's resources when he's in Castle Age, you can always see the timing on the castle and for Imp. So right now, he's about to have the stone for a castle. His food count's probably going to start to climb a little bit. But Vinchester holding on. He just needs to deal with the siege. It's coming forward from Hearttt.
It's going to be tough. You got to play into the late game. Like, if you're going to win this from Vinchester's position, you're going to win it in mid or late Imp. Because it's a whole lot of clawing back that you need to do. And you probably don't have the better Civ in Imp. Portuguese is better.
Yeah, especially in early Imperial Age. I think super late game, Japanese might be better with the towers and the Cav Archers. Vinchester just fighting this, Dave. And he is showing now that he is the superior military. Hearttt had a nice army, but he just... Oh, hold up. That's decent. I mean, Hearttt will take that trade.
That was a crazy commitment from Vinch. I think a lot of players would have just backed off there.
I guess it's the confidence the Cav Archers give you. But you don't have +2 attack against skirms, so...
Nope.
It's not as easy as it is against the crossbows. Do want to point out the entirety of Feudal Age and Castle Age, Vinch has had the score lead. So we're looking at the stats, and we're thinking the flow of the game is really good for Hearttt, but Hearttt doesn't have that indicator that tells him he is the lead. And it's never flipped either. So that's kind of interesting. I think it might just be scouting from Vinch, because he scouted most of the map and Hearttt missed some of it, but don't really know. It could be some other details.
It's a bit of like uncharacteristic macro missing here from Hearttt a little bit behind this too. Like usually you'd see him at this stage, he just added a bunch more, but he had 20 farms throughout that entire push, right?
Yeah.
With 80 something villagers. Usually you'd see Hearttt at 30 farms or something, and then he would have already clicked up to Imp once that castle was up. He's clicking up now. He uses the market a little bit, so he's balanced it nicely. And it should be good going forward, but that opens the door a little bit for Vinchester, who has 38 on food.
Dude, Vinch has so many knights, and he's hiding them too.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, might not need this many, but he's going for chain barding. And this is on the back of scale barding. So instead of going Imperial Age, he's going for knights and spending his food and gold on the army and the upgrades. He should clear everything in the middle. There's 2 crossbows there. So that whole army is dead.
Yeah, and then if you're Hearttt, you're going to have to build back up. You won't have that forward position when you finally do get to Imperial Age. Also, the left side of Heartt's base still very open. He's got the castle on the right, but with +2 knights, there's a lot of damage to be done here, Tristan. There's a lot of damage.
Vinchester doesn't know about Heartt's castle. He wants something on that right side. The villagers are just standing there out of range. Okay, now he finds out.
He doesn't lose a vill? Oh my god, I would have lost everything. Would have lost all of them.
That's all right. He loses the Cav Archers instead. But yeah, good pressure, and this makes it difficult for Hearttt, as you said, to expand his eco. I think if Vinchester knows that there's the castle there from Hearttt, he could just leave that be. But he needs to take the left hill. There's stone and there's wood, and it's really important to have the sides locked down for the wood lines here.
I think Vinch might actually manage to win this game. I mean, the +2 knights was a great play. He gets so much map control, and he clicks up to imp at a reasonable time, he's only 2 minutes behind. It'll take Hearttt 2 minutes just to clear these armies and then start a push through the center.
I think what I'm worried about for Vinch is the front of his base is horrendous if he's ever attacked there.
Yes.
He doesn't have towers. He doesn't have a castle there. So he needs to use this time to control the map. And once Bracer and Chemistry's in, Hearttt, he's pretty walled off for the most part. And he knows what Vinch is going to try and do. So he's not going to chase Vinchester. He's probably just going to move into the middle. And
I do like that Vinch is grabbing the relics now, though. He's going to grab the one from the center.
Yeah.
He'll have 2. And then there's a couple more, or one more nearby that he can grab as well.
Yeah, he's lucky to be able to get this one because Heartt's moving forward. But yeah, he's dropping a castle on the right side, Dave. Hearttt won't have any clue about that, of course. But I love this move from Hearttt. It seems risky, but he actually just doesn't chase the Cav Archers and the Knights. He's moving forward to Vinch's base, and Vinch wasn't expecting it. So Vinch is dropping towers now.
Gold, dude. Oh, this gold again.
It's the same opening.
It down somehow. Yeah.
The towers also aren't ideal to even protect the gold. So he'll complete the tower. I'm sure he'll get the guard tower upgrade, but main gold is still a problem. But stone could be a problem for Hearttt. I say that when he has so much stone, but I meant more so the left side. But the middle has a lot of stone and gold too. So it's a tough map to know where to prioritize your focus. Vinchester's clearly prioritizing his focus on the Treb push in the north. Hearttt is making a trebuchet though, which it's important to know if he moves out with a Treb, because he doesn't actually know there's a castle there. Wow, he cancels the Treb as I say it. So he doesn't know.
Can we just, like, do something about this gold, Vinch? It's bothering me, dude. It's bothering me, man. Every single time he takes damage, it starts with that.
You're so right, dude. I think one more tower, he's probably okay, at least until bombard cannons arrive. Hearttt needs to know this castle's there for Vinch, because it's 2 castle Treb production, and he's dropping the siege workshop. Okay, now he knows. And now he'll prioritize some siege there. But very little army for Hearttt on the front here. It's just 7. And I think those crossbows will be cleared. He's getting good value from it. He's got a 25 villager lead, Dave, which is so impressive. So I like his chances if he could keep his castle up on the right. A lot of his ecos only on the right side. He cannot lose this position.
Where's the army, though, for Hearttt? It's not much.
It doesn't have a lot, yeah. I like the castle in the middle, because that's an area that Vinchester's going to come through.
Oh, that's sick.
And
that's really early and really sick for Vinch.
It's also sick that Hearttt just had a bombard cannon denied at 70%. So if he would have known about this, just one outpost earlier, he would have gone double siege workshop behind. But then he loses the siege workshop and has to queue up another cannon. I think the game might just come down to this area right here, because look at Heartt's castles. Heartt's castles defend him completely on the other sides. It's all down to if he can defend here.
Bro, Hearttt has all of his TC's waypoint going to the left side.
Ooh.
I think the villagers are all still running that way.
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
It's kind of brutal here.
Yeah.
Bombard cannon trying to come in, and bombard cannon gets sniped as it's running away by the Trebs.
And this is Catapruto trebuchets as well, so this could get really dangerous very quickly for Hearttt. You do wonder, though, how the Treb RNG is going to be.
Yep.
You need a little bit of luck on your side. Hearttt having the Vills over to the left side isn't bad, because he could just drop a castle there. He just realized. I think he's going to drop a castle there. Heartt's got an incredible eco, even if his villagers are walking across the map. It's all about the siege push now. All about the bombard cannon. Vinchester realizes the bombard cannon's there.
Oh, it dodged.
The Treb's back up for Vinchester.
Siege engineers on the way for Vinch. This is going to be an extremely deadly siege push, but Hearttt has the bombard cannons.
Ooh.
He's maybe losing that one. It's so close.
Oh,
he
man.
got away.
Yeah, Hearttt needs to realize why he has villagers on the left side, because I mean, he'll get some big raids over there, actually, but he's still sending villagers that direction. I mean, to be fair, maybe it's a bit of free will on the villagers' part, because I don't think I'd want to be anywhere near my eco if there's Catapruto Trebs. And the bombard cannons get sniped by the CA. What a play from Vinch. If the castle goes down, the Trebs could go down too. And meanwhile, random crossbows killing villagers at Vinchester's base. Vinchester's still 40 villagers behind, and towers are going up from Hearttt. This is chaos. It's a military problem for Hearttt right now, though. It's not an eco problem. It's not a map control problem, except for the right side. It's just really just military numbers. He's still so low there.
Yeah, he just needs a big ball of skirms and then some bombard cannons, right? But he's been struggling to mass them up. And the Trebs are still here from Vinch. Vinch is getting heavy CA. He's getting Parthian tactics as well. If Hearttt allows him to build up a big Cav Archer mass, that could be pretty deadly with these Trebs backing it up.
I was still wondering, though, where can the Cav Archers actually go? I feel like the Cav Archers are siege snipers, like bombard cannon snipers, but you can't actually move through the middle of the map if there's castles everywhere. Again, another instance. Vinchester's main goal.
Hallelujah.
Main goal.
At least he's making a castle there, though.
Yep.
At least he's making a castle. Just commit to it, dude. Lose 10 villagers, and then you don't have to worry about it ever again.
Heartt's committing to the castle from Vinch, but this is against Catapruto Trebs. Is this worth it? Vinchester's clearly lost some focus on this fight, though, because his castle still isn't up, Dave. It still isn't up. The organ guns are there. He loses his castle. He loses his Treb, and Hearttt pushes this back. Crazy pushback from Hearttt. Great map control through the middle, taking all the stones and gold. Still doesn't have any relics. But now what for Vinchester?
Infantry armor on the way. So maybe thinking that Heartt's going to make a Cav switch. And he is. He's going into Cavalier now. The castle is up. That's finally something on that main gold. And well, Vinchester hasn't been taking it all game as there's a pause on my end. I don't know.
There is on my end too, so I think that's not a bug. Still, how does Hearttt not have top score?
I don't know.
He's got ridiculous technologies in. His decent KD. He's got 30 population lead. He's probably asking himself the same questions.
Military score is the big differentiator if you hover over it.
Okay.
I'm assuming that Vinchester has just killed a lot more high value units than Hearttt has.
Yeah, it could be. Well, I just feel like while things have maybe gone wrong here or there for Hearttt, his eco has just been consistently above that of Vinchester's. And Vinchester's not been able to do as much with the raids, which is probably the big part of that. Doesn't feel like Hearttt killed 54 villagers this game, but I think the crossbows that got in on the left were really the key. And yeah, Elite Samurai for Vinchester, who has 2 castles.
Yeah,
he's thinking through his options.
Super quick.
Yeah,
like, they produce really fast. But still, it feels a little weird, right? Against the Portuguese to go to Elite Samurai, and I thought he was getting the infantry techs to go how because he was anticipating the Cav switch, but still not a lot of Cav on the field yet for Hearttt. So maybe the Samurai can get the job done. There's also the Cav Archers there to potentially kill some of those, but the Trebs are exposed.
Yep, Trebs are exposed. One will go down, maybe more. I think Vinchester just recognizes he needs something risky here because he doesn't have the map control he needs to last in this game. The castle goes down. The main gold will be exposed yet again. 2 of the Trebs went down for Vinch on the right. And Hearttt can consistently spam Cavalier with skirmishers for a very long time. He's got the castles. Samurai can take the Trebs. Samurai do not solve the problem of these castles that Hearttt has set up. Love the fact we're seeing Samurai.
Yes.
But you go for the Samurai to defend, and you're usually going to have a really rough time. You need to be raiding with them, or you need to be pushing.
Vinch did clear the stuff on the left. So there is stone out there he can take if he wants another castle. He's still taking that last pile of stone in his base. Another castle would be really nice in this situation if you're going to go Samurai Cav Archer. Samurai Cav Archer is a pretty good comp.
It's a crazy comp.
Hearttt will struggle if he can keep affording it on the gold cost. Hearttt will struggle to clear that up, regardless of being Portuguese.
Heartt's got the right idea. Dangerous. Heartt's got the right idea. The main fights are going to be rough, but he knows that it'll take Vinchester some time to build up the siege again, and he's just going to raid now. And he's even going to maybe switch into more bombard cannons or even gunpowder out of the archer ranges too. Arquebus is on the way, so his bombard cannons will be even stronger. I think Vinchester will kill a couple of them with the Samurai if he can get his units through. Ooh, he backs off, but he's still getting raided, Dave. He's still so exposed at that main gold, and he only has 5 on gold, and that's it right there.
I wish we could, like, delete that area of the map out of existence.
I hate looking at it. It gives me anxiety.
It's just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
even look at, like, the way his base is set up. Like, what city planner made this base, dude? That houses and everything, it's such a mess.
Oh,
Even
man.
Heartt's exploring it. He's like, who did this? What the hell?
It's funny how annoying things can be while casting sometimes. Like we're here to cast the highest level, and whoever wins wins. We no feelings one way or the other really, but like certain things are just tilting to watch and look at. Some of that's when people miss
Vinchester
tags.
also going for like max tech tree, everything. Like he's got heavy CA,
And now he's going champion?
He's going champion now, yeah.
Well, going champion would have been a good play when you saw you were losing one of your 2 castles. So now maybe he's like, I only have 1 castle. I can't produce samurai consistently. It feels like a weird time to make the switch when he's running low on golds. Heartt defends his castle here. The middle is everything now. Heartt has defended the sides. He has to just push this gold. And I think he's got the army to do it. And Vinchester taps. Man, what a win from Heartt. A little bit of a confusing game for me because every time I felt like Vinchester was in a good spot, I'd look at the stats and then he wasn't. So I'm not completely sure where it went wrong, except for the fact that Heartt just out-managed his eco, out-macroed him in Castle Age. That was clear.
I think it was confusing for Vinchester as well. Like, to go Cat to Red away makes sense, whatever. And then you have skirms, but then you switch into heavy CA really early.
Yeah, yep.
Like, you maybe should have stuck to the skirms and then played skirm infantry. I don't know. I don't know what value the heavy CA got him immediately.
Even just early Castle Age, switching to Cav Archers is just so risky. And it was so tough, right? Like, the left side of his base, he had 4 Cav Archers. He didn't have Bloodlines yet against the 4 Knights and the small amount of crossbows. And then Heartt just moved over to that right side and picked off some vills. And as Heartt's doing that, he's making super cheap army because he's Portuguese and booming up. So maybe the play for Vinch in early Castle, just get to like 10 to 15 skirms, then switch to Cav Archers on 3 or 4 ranges. Either way, I think I've seen so many games like this between these two. Heartt just seems to have this slight edge with the macro side. And Vinch, he needs to create the magic with the military. So this is our arena map. We have a couple maps that could be seen as arena maps with walls. But this is Zimbabwe. And the key difference when compared to arena is you don't have as much stone and gold in your base. That stone and gold is always to the north on a mountain on the outside. And then you have the hunt. And we fixed it. So there's one rhino that's really close if you want to take that. But some people have wanted more. So here comes Heartt. Vinchester scouts go the other way, Dave. So clearly Vinchester does not even seem concerned or want to stop this at all, which is really weird.
Why on earth is his scout going over? Is he trying to push these in?
I don't have an explanation for you.
Okay, he's trying to push him in. But I mean, you're just opening it up for your opponent to be taking multiple elephants. Heartt's already over there with a villager. He's taking one. He's going to take a second one here.
Now, if you had to save
and then the rhino on the way, maybe.
If you had to save your vill in a normal circumstance, you would you'd have to build a house or a palisade, but you can't do that on that little river. So I've seen people lose vills because of that. But once you're here, you can build. And Heartt did get loom, so he's just going to move along. This is still kind of risky, even with loom, because rhinos and elephants attack pretty quickly. But
he's fine.
I think he's fine. And with the recent change where you could just shoot the animals with the TC.
Heartt. All
right.
All right, they're in the walls. It's fine. They're in the walls.
Yeah. Just make sure he doesn't pull an MBL or whoever it was the other day that loses a villager anyways. But yeah, that's good work from Heartt. And now Heartt's scout goes over here, and he's like, why is this rhino here? And I'm thinking the same thing. It's super weird from Vinch.
I mean, maybe Vinchester, he's labbed this out. He's played against people, practice, and just figured out that if he gets the deer in or the zebra or whatever, and he gets up to Castle Age and he does the things that he wants to do with Turks, you can't stop him. But still, it's weird to just give that as a freebie to Heartt.
The one detail that's interesting, though, is all the walking time to get that hurts your resources collected because your villagers weren't collecting res. And he also got loom, which means he's now down a villager compared to Vinch. So maybe Vinch is like, I have 2 boars already. I'll get on my zebras. I don't need to take my rhino right away, and he could just come out and get it whenever he wants later on. But I agree that's weird. I expected like Vil fighting. Sometimes people will bring a forward Vil and a scout, but none of that.
Does 4 on wood tell you anything about Vinch's approach here?
It tells me fast castle.
Yeah.
But the villager mining the gold right now, well, if that villager walks back to the TC...
I think he was just making houses and then bringing it back.
Yeah. JBR giving me some info here. He says, no one has ever survived with 4 wins. The number of players has been relegated with 7 wins. Yeah, so I think like the safety thing, the safe number in TTL is actually, I would think it would be 7, but 8, which is really difficult to do. But,
he's just going to, okay.
That's just
he says, I get my zebra in and then I bring in the boar, dude. And Heartt's just going to be there. And Vinchester kind of doesn't want to let him in, but at the same time, Heartt doesn't really want to get stuck in there.
Heartt can't follow now, dude.
That's so funny, dude. Yeah, he can't go in. He can't go in.
Oh, he goes
in. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know if that was intentional. That kind of looked like a misclick for him going into the base.
Like maybe he clicked back to his base and it pathed him through.
Yes.
Well, now Vinch can just leave with his scout.
I think it will force Vinch to think about Loom potentially.
I'm laughing because he sees Heartt. He sees Heartt. Oh my god, dude, that had the potential.
That would have been so sick.
Heartt didn't know that was open. He doesn't know there's a villager up there. And he would never expect there to be a way to escape. That could have been amazing for Vinch.
I love the patience there from Vinch to just kind of like wait for it.
Yeah, agreed. I also love that Heartt, his spidey senses were tingling, and he decided not to run into that choke point. That's kind of crazy.
If you're Vinchester now, feels like you can sneakily try and take in some of these elephants if you really wanted to with that scout in the base.
I think that'd
be a little stressful coming home, but
yeah, I mean Heartt would see it a long way away. But yeah, on one hand, it's actually kind of good for Heartt to be in here because now you get to know if he's going to stone or not. Because we've seen Turks just boom and play towards Imp. They'll go light cav or they'll go for the castle. So I like that. Heartt sees that zebra right now. He is locked in as locked in as he can be. And he really wants to deny that, but he knows the TC is dangerous. Nice job from Vinch to get the food. And he's up to feudal age way faster than Heartt is. 21 Vils without the extra food.
Heartt's going to go Ratons.
Interesting.
And Heartt can't push in his zebra either.
Yeah.
The scout just chilling in the base.
Who wins, Rats and Archer or like Janissary in early castle?
I mean, it depends on the upgrades, but it also depends if the guns actually hit what they're aiming at.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a classic it depends situation, I guess, but economically, Vietnamese are way better here. Especially if with Vinchester's build, he hasn't even gone to gold yet. So he's not taking advantage of any of his eco bonuses, which you would normally want to be doing. Vietnamese have cheaper eco upgrades, faster researching eco upgrades, and then also Rats and Archer is a really solid unit. So
he's going to sell 100 stone here to click up.
I think this could be like siege monk push from Vinch, especially with the opponent's scout trapped. If you walk over to the stone and gold side, you could maybe start to get a push there. I'd like pushing from that angle because it prevents them from getting to the stone and gold with TCs later on.
It's a nice build from Vinch.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
Yeah, he's going to shift to gold now. He only sold 100 stone. He didn't sell 200, so it could still be an additional town center. And Heartt going for the market. And going for the blacksmith, but I don't think Heartt's actually going early Ratons. I think he's going to just sell some stone and then just boom from the looks of it.
Dude, Heartt knows that Vinch really doesn't want to get Loom. And he probably doesn't have the gold for Loom.
Yep.
And he keeps just like threatening these. And look, Vinch even had to go for the small wall on the on the gold. He deletes a wall to let Heartt out. He's like, get out of my base, bro. I don't want you in here.
Wait, when did he delete that? Did he just delete that?
I think he just deleted it.
That's
because he went for the gate. He tried to trap him in with the diagonal gate, and it
the
deleted
diagonal gate deleted a piece of his wall.
Yes.
Oh,
but it worked. You know what? I think Vinch is perfectly fine with that, to be honest.
Dude,
and Heartt's fine with it, and it's just like, okay, Heartt might have thought that he did it on purpose to let him out.
He's coping so hard. He's convincing himself that was a good move.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to go Siege Monk push, it's actually really bad because you can't go to the middle now. So I think you just boom, which, in some ways is fine. Heartt did shift a lot more villagers to stone. So back and forth on what he's going to do. It will be rats and archers after all. And you know what the situation says to me? And I don't think Heartt will do it because he's not this type of player. Your opponent has a forward gold. Your opponent is going for very little on gold and is going blacksmith market. You should castle drop the wall. They're clearly booming.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
But that is not a Heartt thing to do. Heartt plays economic. This might be the first time I've seen Heartt build up fast castle into a castle in tournaments in years. So
yeah.
I think Heartt will always opt for a castle in his base near the golds or something. But Vinch is booming. Vinch saves the scout, which is weak from before. He'll make a monk to heal that up. I really like that detail. That's smart. And just lots of economy for Vinch, who's definitely the player who prefers the arena-style maps. But remember...
Hey, there it is. Forward castle. Let's go.
Nice. Heartt. Yeah, it's a good move. Yeah, that's a huge move. And now the rats and archers can actually get value. If this castle completes, that castle's going up, and we'll take down the walls... And he'll be there on the gold. And Vinchester, he does see it, but there's literally nothing you can do about it except use your light cav. Heartt should really have this walled. Heartt, you need to have this walled.
And it's kind of inexcusable to not wall that off. I mean,
it's such an economic castle drop, right? It's on the opponent's face. The light cav goes down. Vinchester wants a conversion. Vinchester keeps switching the conversions. If he converts a vill, he could actually kill the other vill, and then it's 2 vills down. You don't want to lose the monk.
Conversion switching with villagers is bugged, right? A little bit, or maybe it's intentional. It doesn't keep the...
Is it bugged? I'm really confused what happened there.
Yeah, it doesn't... It's specifically with villagers, and Vinchester even saying, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I think I saw something about it the other day. I think T-West was hanging around. He knows 100%, but...
This is why it took forever. Wow. So, but he was switching targets. Heartt says no clue. Heartt's like, thank you, game. He says, I thought you were canceling. Yeah, I thought Vinchester was canceling as well.
No, I can't remember where I saw it. Maybe it was in T-West chat, but I think the game adds in an extra delay if you switch from villagers to military for some reason.
Ah, okay, and he was on the scout for a second there. So, I mean, in the end, I think what should have happened there is Vinchester should have converted the vill, which he did. And then he should have probably saved the monk. Mm-hmm. So he was waiting for the conversion. He loses the monk. He's still 2 town centers. Heartt's 2 town centers with good eco upgrades. And there's the siege workshop for Vinchester. So, all things considered, I think this is okay for Vinch for his base. What's not going to be okay, though, is moving outside the map now. He doesn't have a scout. And moving to the other stones and golds is going to feel extremely risky with rats and archers around.
Yeah, this kind of feels like the situation you get in hill forts a lot of the time, right? Where you feel comfortable until your wood starts running out and they start getting some range units. And there's really not many places to go.
Dude, I love when you get a player like Heartt on an arena map for once, and you just get to... Okay, well, I was going to say you could get to see the level of micro he has, but he loses he loses the rats on archer. But I appreciated how nerdy he was being there with the scout. He still has the vill lead, so and he's on stone, which Heartt will see. I guess now for Vinchester, maybe the plan is your own castle in Imperial Age, but I don't actually like the fact he's this heavy on stone. I would just want food and wood and gold for imp and bombard cannons. But he doesn't have a lot of space. He doesn't really have a choice, does he? He has to stay here. There's no space for farms, even.
What do you think is more annoying for Vinchester? The gold last game or the scout this game?
Well...
Ooh, the gold.
Yeah, that answers that question. I mean, also, with how little he did to protect the gold, I don't really think the gold was that annoying to him. Yeah. It should have been. Are we surprised at just how many rats and archers Heartt is trying to make right now?
Not really. I mean, they're fairly cheap, right? He's floating wood. He's floating gold.
Okay. I mean, at what point do you just stop making them because it's not doing enough, though? Like, they're all split up. He doesn't have Bodkin. This is just not the unit you want without upgrades against Siege.
Can you talk about how good Heartt's micro is again?
Dude, I swear.
There we go.
I was about to... Sometimes players like to say, you don't give us enough credit. Well, clearly, I gave him too much credit. He just keeps making them.
Yeah, they say that, and then you go watch a game with Heartt at like a LAN event, and he's in the back. He's like, "What is he doing? He's an idiot."
Oh yeah. Well, 2 mangonels for Vinch. He's as a really good economy considering the circumstances. Resources are looking good for Fast Imp. More rats and archers for Heartt. Still without Bodcanero, but maybe because he isn't doing too much with them, it's not worth it to get Bodcanero.
Vinch is basically out of gold now.
Yeah. I think that he will have to sell stone. Can you go... Oof. Well, you can actually take this gold. I don't think the castle denies all of it. Maybe it doesn't deny the one tile.
This castle is going to be a nice addition. There goes another Rattan Archer to that Mangonel.
More like
the
Flatton Archer.
Protecting at the back. True.
Yeah, I mean...
How long have you had that one in the chamber?
Oh, dude, I've said it like 20 times already, and I never get any laughs. I've said it in Twitch. Welcome. I've said it in Twitch chats and got more laugh than I do when I'm actually streaming. Oh god, there's siege from Heartt. Didn't know about that, Vinchester. But the micro was really good there with the villagers. He pulled the first batch. Oh man, if Heartt was faster with this, it would have worked out. But I think the castle will go up, Dave. That's
just a little unlucky on the timings, right? If he was 20 seconds faster, this is like game ending almost.
Yep. Yeah, and now Vinch can go imp.
Look at the eco from Heartt. He is not prepared to make that transition at all.
So his castle will go down then, right? Like his castle will get bombard cannon down. I think you have time though. I think you have to recognize the little eco Vinch has and how little gold he has.
And boom.
Bro.
Oh man, Heartt is just never make a Rattan Archer again, Heartt. Holy cow.
I mean, he keeps running along the walls from Vinchester. And Rattan Archers just don't have a lot of range, so. But I as bad as that is, I still think he has a win condition, and it just denied the golds. The outposts on the right side's really good.
Villagers going down on the gold. We don't have any gold for Vinch.
And Vinch is escaping right now. He's escaping or thinking about it to drop a town center there. Heartt will see the siege at least.
Outposts all over the place, bro. And like that castle from Heartt has killed 6 villagers on that gold.
I think he got initially. I thought he got Bodcanero because of the Rattans, but I think he got Bodcanero because he saw those villagers were on that gold.
Yep.
Yeah, Heartt's got a really nice build lead.
This is so good. This is so good from Heartt, having the outposts up here and then the Mangonel as well on this side. He gets shots against the villagers, a little bit of revenge with his own Mangonel.
And Heartt finally is not going to be surprised. He can see everything. He does get hit. Nice micro from Vinchester. Vinchester will take the Mangonel. Villagers are there to repair. Heartt micro, pretty decent there. Mangonel's down, but he's still denying the golds. Vinch still has no gold income as the Turks. He can sell to make a bombard cannon, but he needs consistent gold income. He needs to keep his vills alive, too. He only has 53. Heartt's going for petards, by the way. Yep. And he just lost more Rattans, but he's actually going to try and petard this castle down, which is crazy.
I think he needs a ram if he's going to try that.
I thought that Mangonel hit them in the head. I don't know if they're wearing...
Yeah, they've got hats on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what their hats are made out of here. But... in the end, Vinchester's TC is temporarily delayed. Vinchester's an imp. He's making bombard cannon number 1.
Okay, finally clears that up. It's just Turks without gold is brutal. Probably the worst civ in the game to have no gold with until you're in the super late game or something with Hussar. But
okay, Heartt needs to use that Rattan Archer to run perpendicular to the castle to distract the castle fire when he tries to petard.
It needs to run perpendicular to the castle. It needs to be an isosceles Pythagorean.
Bro,
what are we talking about here?
The castle's gonna kill some of his petards, and it might not be enough.
Yeah, that's why he needs a ram. Oh, this is so dumb. This
That's
is
what
so
I mean.
dumb. This
That's
is
what
so
I mean.
dumb, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
If he
can't
ran,
work.
if he used the rats and archer, ran
20
perpendicular.
HP! Kill
Repair!
him with the castle! Kill him with
Repair!
the 20 HP! Oh!
All right. It goes down.
It's
Never
not
a
dumb.
doubt.
It's not dumb. It's not dumb.
Yeah.
1 HP castle, dude.
Well, Heartt's castle is going to disappear. Heartt's going for knights now, which I guess makes sense if your opponent pretty much only has bombard cannons. But Heartt also doesn't have a town center or anything protecting the stone and gold. And Vinchester's got stone and gold again. And Vinchester is an age up. So if Vinchester just senses the knight switch once, I think he could be fine here. He is massacring Heartt, and Heartt, it just goes back to this rats and archers. Did not get the value he needed here.
This is not the situation Heartt wanted to be in. Like, he kills the castle. A little bit lucky Vinchester wasn't paying attention there. A little bit lucky the petards didn't die earlier. But now we look at his eco. He doesn't have enough to click up to imp. He's forced to stay in castle age with the knights. They might get value. But Vinchester now has gold access. That's a problem.
Yeah, but
That's a big issue.
The bombard cannons are not exactly cheap, and knights are coming out. So oh yeah, he noticed the knight. He noticed the knight. He'll back up. He'll rewall that. That tells Vinch he's not on the way to imp, and he's going all in castle age. And you really just need to just breathe and sit back now. If you try and push, the knights could work. But yeah, Heartt was fortunate. That castle could have easily stayed up for Vinchester.
And now we have some Hussar even being mixed in from Vinchester. His food eco isn't that bad. He's got 23 farms with wheelbarrow. It's fine. He's going to mix in some Hussars, some hand cannons as well. And there's going to have to be a lot of knights to delay Vinchester from killing Heartt and give him enough time to get up to imp. The bombard cannons aren't that exposed either because there's Janissaries and a TC there.
Yeah, I think it's just knights are just not... Knights are a play of desperation here. You can't even take down... You'll do anything about town center fire when the town center has chemistry. That extra attack is actually quite helpful there. It's a good play from Heartt. Waiting for imp, he would completely die. But he wasn't able to pressure Vinch enough, and Vinchester needs more quick walls here. Yeah, nice quick walls. The knights will run to their death.
Fine. Yeah,
And the quick wall again. Nice.
Oh.
Nice quick walls. And quick wall again.
Oh, he got him again.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, and meanwhile, that knight's going to go down. Vinchester is pushing the stone and gold, saving up stone for a castle. I think Heartt feels like maybe he's got one more chance. Still full castle age. He'll go cav archers and knights now.
Yeah.
Could work if Vinch wasn't on gold this whole time.
I mean, it just feels, everything feels so awkward for Heartt right now. He doesn't have that castle providing pressure and knocking off the gold from Vinchester. He's forced to stay in castle age and make knights, which Vinchester, if he builds up enough gunpowder, is going to be able to counter. And the knights can't really pressure the TCs either. And you even look at his base, and like, look at the way he set it up. The farming eco is awkward. There's not a lot of room in the main base to build eco. It's really, really rough.
Yeah, and castle in the north for Vinchester. That's a perfect castle. If this castle completes, I think Vinchester's going to get his win. I don't think Heartt's really aware of it. Heartt's still trying to deal with the Janissaries, the hand cannons, the Hussars, but he can't get to the cannons. And the castle's going to go up. And yeah, Vinchester.
Yeah.
This doesn't seem like it's relaxed, but he's actually been very patient ever since he realized Heartt was all in castle age. Just taking his time. The more I think about it, if Heartt would have gone for the forward castle and just Mangonel pushed, I'm really curious what Vinchester does. Just one Mangonel and Vinchester, he runs out of golds. He would try and go imp, but he can never drop his own castle. It would have been, and then maybe Heartt doesn't invest nearly as much into the army that ended up just going down.
I mean, he could have also just used the Ratans near the castle and pushed in a straight line.
Yeah, if he denied the castle, it's over. Yeah, if he pushed faster.
He could have just not gotten hit by every single Mangonel shot in the first 10 minutes of castle age. Like
the rare moment where with Heartt, after he loses, you say he just had to get good.
Yeah,
he just
had to win fights.
He just had to be better
for him. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Vinchester slowly, methodically pushing Heartt. Still has such a big army. Heartt still can't take the bombard cannons. This is the same 3 cannons, I think, that have been alive this whole time. And Heartt's got some counter raid attempts, but there's always a town center there. And soon Heartt's going to be the one without gold.
Yeah, Vinchester's eco is looking pretty nice now. 95 villagers. Still need some upgrades, but 32 on food is really solid.
Yeah.
very, very solid, and he should be able to consistently produce Janissaries and hand cannons, and he still hasn't lost these bomber cannons, so he's done a really good job with that.
I'd like to see Vinch, if you're going to make this much gunpowder, I'd like to see an armor upgrade or two. I guess it's more the damage output, but I guess he's just still thinking. Yeah, I guess his eco he's producing a lot of ills. Doesn't quite have the food to have more hussars on the field. I mean, credit to Heartt. I've been thinking he's dead for a while. He still is good Vil Pop. He still is stone. He still is gold. But to stay in this game, he has to keep spending all of his resources and staying in Castle Age. Which is
what's the win conditions here from him?
Yeah.
Let's delay for another 20 minutes and then figure it out.
Yeah. But I like it. We had this conversation just before about some players, they resign super early, right? They're like, something goes slightly wrong and they feel like they're dead and they resign. Heartt's fighting here. And he's doing his best to give himself some chances. It might not work, but this, with every game mattering so much, maybe your opponent makes a mistake. But Vinch is making zero mistakes. I love the house walls on the back area of his walls to protect that TC on both sides. That's really good. And he's got a hole.
Knew it, dude. I think that's like a 2-tile gap, too. Like, that's a big one.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he notices that because he's still microing elsewhere.
Ooh, heavy camel could be really good.
If he doesn't see this, that's like 20 Vils dead. There's been a lot of curses with the casting here in this map. Vinch sees it.
Well, all from you. I haven't participated in this at all, dude.
Well, take a risk for once, damn it. Make a claim. All right.
I counted down into a mangonel shot, bro. I took a risk. All right. Could have been bad.
I mean, that'll give Heartt a little bit of belief. He'll drop a siege workshop on the left side. He's still got army running around. I do think heavy camel just straight up wins the game, though.
Yeah.
I think 10 camels clear everything.
Even if he had just spammed Hussar, like just even get some counter raid potential, it would have been good. But heavy camel is the next step.
Yeah.
On the cavalry chain here for the Turks.
I mean, but for Heartt, maybe you gain some confidence from this too. Even if you lose this game, maybe then you just think, well, I played on when I was behind for a long time, and he still didn't kill me. Vinch has done a fantastic job.
Oh my God, they're gonna live. They're gonna live. They have the extra HP with the Turks.
This is me taking a risk.
That little gap.
Yeah.
Unbelievable,
That's
bro.
crazy.
He saves all of them. And did you see that little palisade gate to prevent the surround?
Yeah, it was so good. So good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and heavy camels would have to chew up everything at this point. Well played for Vinchester. He holds on. Heartt, it's just not a position you see him in that frequently. Going for a forward castle. I think it was the right play to forward castle, especially because the gold was there, but his rats and archers were not good enough. And yeah, I think the chance for him was maybe to deny that castle. If that Mangonel was there 30 seconds earlier, maybe he does, and it's a different game, but Vinchester makes it happen.
There's a lot of arena players that are looking at that game from Heartt and going, what are you doing? Why are you running in circles around his base with your archers? Why aren't you just taking advantage of your position and pushing into his economy?
I mean, look at that situation right when that castle goes up again. Vinchester has 2 tiles of gold, and Heartt knows it's 2 tiles of gold. He scouted it. 2 tiles of gold, if you go imp off a 2 TC boom with 2 tiles, you basically are running out if you have to make any more than 2 mangonels. So I would have liked to see Heartt. Maybe you don't even make rats and archers there. You just go for a mangonel, and then you just pressure the TCs, and then wait, build the outpost, wait till Vinchester tries to escape again. But so much of this change is just, if you make military units out of a castle and the units die as frequently as they did, sometimes that's just the whole story. But well played from Vinch. So yeah, here we are, game 3. And again, this group is crazy strong. Really important that players end up getting every win they can. 1 win could be the difference between Vinchester or Heartt going to playoffs at the end of the groups. Here we've got Monocle, which is dominated by these shorefish and this circle around the top. But at the start, we've opened up the wood lines. And there's some funky stuff you could do. If you wanted to lame, you could do so. Wow. And I think Vinchester even sees it. But I don't think there's much Vinchester can do about it, Dave.
Does losing the scout HP even matter that much on this map? That's my question, because you're gonna go into early pressure with militia or men at arms. I think laming is probably really, really solid here.
I think it's really good against Armenians too. I think if Heartt's not up against Armenians, he doesn't do this because there is a risk to it. But think about the build. You go like 3 on wood. You want the early barracks before a mill. But now you have to go mill before barracks to recover the food, most likely, even if you push in some deer. So that's a good start for Heartt. Heartt is probably going to want to go Flemish militia and archers. And the expectation from Armenians is always that they go longsword spam. You have to have villagers on these shorefish because it's so strong. So
both of Heartt's boards were at the back too.
Yeah, true.
So Vinch can't even really retaliate there.
Vinch does the right thing. You come home, you push in some deer, you look around. There are other groups of deer around. You can actually see one in the north. So he could still recover a lot of food. But
He'll be fine.
Do think the timing on the push will be a little delayed, which is fine. You remember in King of the Desert, the guy who got lamed always won?
No, it's not always one.
Well, you made it seem
It's
like it
more
was
likely. No. You made it seem like I made it seem like that. I said it's overall a little bit of a detriment. And it's
overall
really
a
not
little bit of a detriment. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I've said this over and over again, that the lame is just not good in that instance. In this map, though, like I said, losing the scout HP doesn't really do too much to you. You don't lose much scouting time because the TC is so close.
Yeah.
And it seems like it is a pretty good play if the boar is forward.
So to switch gears a little bit before this gets intense, I have something that is important / not important to bring up. Do you know what a group of turtles is called? Like, genuinely.
No, but let me
think on it, because this got brought up and I was really unsure.
Oh God, I don't even like. I don't know. Ninjas?
Yeah, well, I mean, that depending on where you look, yes. It is called, and I verified this with our friends who work with turtles. It is called a bale of turtles. B-A-L-E, bale.
Like a hay bale?
That was my thought. I was like, there's no way. Chat was telling me it was a bale, and I didn't believe it. And I checked with Turtle Person, and yeah, it confirmed it's bale.
Like a Gareth bale?
Yeah, like a Gareth bale. Exactly.
Oh, okay. So he might be a turtle. Okay, interesting. Vinchester is going very far afield for these deer, by the way, to recover from this.
Yeah. It is, final thing on the turtles. It is the most commonly used. However, turtles are mostly solitary, so it's not used often. So there you go. There's your turtle facts for the day. But the barracks isn't up yet for Vinch, right? And that's what you would expect. The barracks would be up for the longsword build. Heartt is looking around right now to see if he can find what Vinchester's choosing to do. It feels like Vinch is just going to not play it, at least initially, and he's just going to play archers to now defend from what is potentially Flemish militia from the Burgundians. So that's interesting. I don't hate that, though, because Flemish militia, you have to be in feudal to produce, so it does take some time. So if Vinch knows what's coming, if he thinks it's predictable, he's got good eco, and just need to be very careful on this map to wall up everything perfectly. The woodlines are really holy and awkward to protect yourself with.
Like pious or like
no, they're holy. There's religious significance to the map. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's a whole history. That's the name. That's the name.
I can't get over what a terrible name that is for a group of turtles. We need something new, dude. We need to, like, it's stuck in my mind now. That's horrible. We need to come up with something funnier.
I mean, I'm not going to be that guy. I don't think I can compete. I'm going to let chat think of something else.
Yeah.
But this is where that weak scout plays its role. Heartt is feudal age faster. Oh, Vinch needs to get this. Oh, okay. Heartt's able to actually get away. But Vinch does have most of this walled up. So the Flemish militia moving forward shouldn't be able to get any early value, and Vinchester does kill the scout.
Do you think like there's an opportunity, if you're going to play Armenians here, do you think there's like a fast castle church potential on this map? Obviously, that's not what Vinchester's doing,
Well,
but I'm looking at how quickly he's walled up here.
It all depends on who you ask that question.
Oh, yeah, true.
When I asked Phosphorou or talked to Phosphorou about it, he was like, "Oh my God, there's so many good fast castle maps this year." So
Yeah.
I think we'll maybe see it. Some of the players who might train with him a little will possibly debut that. But I think Vinch has calculated this pretty nicely. He got to wall up everything. He'll have a tower. He can just protect himself with the tower and that first archer. So Hearttt is in a good spot still with map control, but he hasn't killed anything yet, which was the plan.
This is honestly very impressive from Vinchester. Look, he looks so calm.
Yeah.
Looks very cozy in here, and it's a second range for him. So Hearttt can't see that, not yet at least. Flemish militia are being pushed back. He still has more villagers on the shorefish, so he's getting more food income from that. And obviously, he's had the wood upgrade longer than Vinchester. I'd love to see Hearttt sneak in that second one if he thinks it's going to be a long feudal, but oh, there it is. Cool.
Yeah,
He's listening.
I'm seeing some tiny details from Hearttt that tells me he's really well prepped for this. That tower, for example. A lot of people place their tower next to the mill that you're currently using, but he knows he doesn't
run out of fish.
Exactly. He knows that he doesn't need that tower until maybe 2 minutes from now when the archers have massed up and come for the counterattack. So he places the tower where he's going to place his next mill. Vinch didn't have that luxury because Vinch had the tower, and yeah, it just every time you're on this map, if a player is farming or if a player is on berries and not on the shorefish, that is a significantly worse way of bringing in food. So it's all about counting the vills on the shorefish. Right now, it's pretty close.
Blacksmith now going up for Hearttt, so he's going to get the upgrades. He's holding the forward pressure, and I think that's fine. He doesn't need to kill villagers here.
So the normal opening is you go long swords, and then Hearttt would play like Flemish militia and archers. Just looking at what is up against Vinchester right now, what if you just reverse the order, and now you start to think about long swords? Because you can't engage easily into skirmisher and Flemish militia if you only have archers and skirmishers, in my opinion.
100%.
And you have the food.
And usually the bottleneck on longswords is usually the food, right? But if you keep these archers and skirms in defense and you have this tower, that's an easy transition to make. You already have the barracks.
I saw a game I was screaming in Gold League. It was Daniel against Turs, same matchup. And Daniel drops the stable and wants to go for scouts because that's like the Arabia player thing to do. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, if only the Armenians had a unit that could completely smash Flemish militia and skirmishers in feudal age.
If only.
Oh man, but
and you know, if you ask Daniel about it, he'll give you 15 reasons why it's not the thing to do, right?
Yeah. Well, I think the big thing right now is Hearttt needs to sense the archers are no longer here. So I think he does know that. He has the skirmishers and the Flemish militia. He's clearly expecting a counterattack. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really good senses from him. And Vinchester, he's going to try. He'll probably expect that Hearttt knows he's coming this way. And yeah, he's looking right at his army, immediately backing off a little bit. But good defense from Hearttt. Hearttt will take that opportunity while Vinchester is distracted to maybe go in with the Flemish militia, but he pulled them back. He actually loses a couple skirms along the way.
Yeah, actually looking at the other side where Vinchester's wrecking Hearttt in the fight. So I think both players looking at different areas, and both players thought the other person was AFK for a second, but yeah, Hearttt was able to kill a Flemish militia, able to kill the skirms, and some skirms went down for Vinch there, and he lost the Vill. But his res are there, Dave. If he wants to commit to longswords, it's like, what are you going to even do in Castle Age? Maybe you upgrade your skirms, or you want to go for strong Castle Age armies. So you can go... I really wouldn't mind, maybe just from purely an entertainment standpoint, just to see double barracks longswords right now. I think it'd be super strong.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could even make one of the barracks like a little further forward as well. If you switch some of these villagers and brought them around to Hearttt side of the base.
The Hearttt dropping a second archer range now, still just making more skirms. He will need a new lumber camp. Okay. I mean, Vinchester's micro at home has been really good. He still has the archers to catch Hearttt if Hearttt wants to go for a better lumber camp than the one he has. Hearttt is really focused on the micro because his lumber camp is starting to look rough. But maybe Vinchester needs to be a little careful here. Falls back towards the tower again. Vinchester just never seems like he's under any pressure. He's always so relaxed. And he defends again.
even when you watch him play, like if he's got a cam on,
yeah, he's
the
just
most
like
tense moment, and he's got like that slight head tilt, and he looks like he's bored. Honestly.
And then you have like Capoch, or kind of what I would look like if I made a land, like just just looking like you're under so much stress and pressure. Nice raid here from Hearttt though. He gets to the shorefish in the north. That should be a villager kill. Maybe not though, and Vinchester uses the market and Vinch will click up. Wow.
But Heartt's going to do it naturally pretty soon.
Yeah.
Just needs to stop queuing up more Flemish militia, and he should have the golds shortly. And then he can kind of match the timing, so probably be about a minute behind. But still, it's going to be enough because he's still holding the forward pressure.
Yeah, Vinchester's still losing villagers to these Flemish militia in the north. That's 3 villagers lost. That's going to be a 4th villager loss. There's no tower up there. And the army, I don't think he's expecting the numbers coming from Hearttt. I think Hearttt would... I prefer Heartt's situation now. Later to Castle Age, but you got the villager kills, is probably fine.
Yeah. And I think Vinchester was hoping... He was just taking a gamble that he can hold until he gets to Castle Age and get some churches up.
Yeah.
But Hearttt is doing an excellent job of distracting the main army over on the left side and then constantly sending his reinforcements in the north. And Vinchester clearly can't deal with it. And now we get to a situation where Vinchester's really running out of available food. I like this play from him to pull all of those villagers and bring them south now.
Yep.
Now that there's not a lot of army there from Hearttt.
Yep. Yeah, some archers. I think that is his plan, is to play into crossbow. Still not sure I'm in love with it. Still would have liked to see the longsword play, but sometimes you just got to be in Castle Age to unlock all the options, whether it be the churches or the town centers. And yeah, Vinchester should kill off the last Flemish militia. The others in the north are still
now
annoying.
The army's coming through the center from Hearttt. Nice. I love the way he's mixing up his angles of attack. It's really finding value. He's going to kill another villager here. Then there's another hole. It's extremely holy here.
Yep. And you can't just fight these back with villagers and have good results, especially once Hearttt reads Castle Age. So Vinchester has to pull back. So he waits all this time. He gets to Castle Age, and now his plan is Elite Skirm and Bodcanero. So it took him a long time.
He's getting crossbow, and there's still 3 archers at the back of Heartt's base.
Does he know the archers are there? Like, not Hearttt, but Vinchester.
No, Vinchester. Yeah, I don't think he does at the moment. Hopefully it's the idle military keys soon.
Well, Hearttt is going to look for a town center spot, and that is a really good town center spot. So maybe Vinchester gets lucky. Oh, Dave, warrior priests. Vinch could make multiple warrior priests instead of longswords, and maybe that's a good play against the Skirm Flemish militia comp.
Could be.
Still need the food, though, and they're both still expanding their mills. Eventually, they're going to just wrap around and meet the other's base, but that would be a pretty long game. Vinchester's skirmishers are harassing Heartt's wood line. That's an issue for Hearttt. That's his only wood line, and he needs wood for a lot of the military he's trying to upgrade.
The house? Okay, he's bringing over more Flemish militia. I was wondering about that. The Flemish militia are significantly stronger now, though, in Castle Age, so the skirms need to respect them a lot more, and the army from Hearttt is just going in here. The church can't quite range that. He's sitting on the hill. Didn't get elite skirm.
He can't.
But he does have Bodcanero.
I mean, he'll get it, I'm sure, but getting pushed on that wood line made it really tough to get that upgrade. And that is kind of a big deal here. Now it's 45 seconds away. He's still running around with his units. Still has the Flemish militia. Vinchester and Hearttt about to be badly housed because they're just so busy right now. And just full army and a close game. And the win matters for so much. Like, you have to play Yo, Hera. I mean, you have to play Lucho and Sizcon, who are going to be hungry for wins. Like, winning 2-1 here is going to be so nice for one of these two.
Yeah, and they know it's close to. Like, the score keeps switching back and forth. I think both of them would admit that Heartt's probably in the lead at this point just because of the damage that he's done.
Yeah.
But still, there's potential here for Vinchester. He still hasn't noticed those 3 crossbows at the back. If those had come in at the fish, when Hearttt was distracted on one of those big battles, this could be a completely different game.
I'm telling you, man, Heartt's going to drop a TC, and he's looking for an outer gold, and that is one of 2 gold TCs. So there's a chance that Hearttt goes that direction. Heartt's just done such a nice job with military, though. The Flemish militia skirmisher spam, combined with the Burgundian eco, just seems so smooth.
He realized, and they're going right for the fish.
Heartt's really busy now, too, because he's got another army he's bringing in and the other army in the north. Heartt notices it. That's crazy awareness. He didn't even get attacked.
So good from Heartt.
He didn't even get hit.
So good.
Wow.
Wow.
I just don't know how some players do it, right? Like, that's an instance where you would always expect those crossbows to at least start attacking, and then you realize. But he's able to scan the minimap, pay close attention to that. He saw a little bit of movement come in. What a save from Heartt. He still had to move all of his vills, but that's fine. They're safe for now. Still, Vinchester, though, has a relic. Could easily get more with the warrior priest, and he's built up a sizable ranged army. I just still wonder, like, is this what he wants? Do you just want to play Skirm War here, or do you need something more?
I love the military production from Heartt, just all game. Either Flemish militia or skirms or whatnot, and he's just constantly harassing. When's the last time Vinchester just had a moment to breathe?
Yeah, agreed.
Space.
Agreed.
Maybe right now, but even so, when I say that, he's got an army coming in from the south, and then another one from the north.
Yeah, and Heartt realizes, okay, he's desperate for shorefish. Those villagers are moving out to take some food, and he's going to find more.
Yep.
The skirmishers just still meeting skirmishers on the other side. And a church is the plan for Vinchester there. It's risky, but churches do build really quickly.
And it takes them 40 seconds to build with one villager. This one is going to take
it's going to get denied
because it's not going to get complete.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is maybe the stage of the game now where you know you have the lead with the shorefish coverage. Maybe you do actually start to transition a couple farms in. As I say, Heartt gets horse collar, drops a couple farms in the back TC. We'll probably see a third TC. I would not hate to see Heartt switch out of Flemish militia at some stage. Burgundians have really good cav as well, so you could go for the stable, mix in some cavalier or some light cav. But yeah, Heartt he's got a massive lead all of a sudden, right? 54 villagers against 40, and he still has the military control on the sides.
Yeah, if this continues this way, the res collected difference in a couple minutes is going to be like 4K. Like, it's going to be insane. And it's all going to go into army. Heartt getting ballistics with 27 skirmishers. 9 skirms, no ballistics. Now 7 skirms isn't going to cut it. It's really not. The warrior priests are coming out. They have the +2 armor, fine. But Heartt could add that stable, like you said, and even play light cav against them. It's fine.
I mean, it's clearly reached a stage of the game where Vinch will lose if the warrior priests are not good enough, right? This is all down to the warrior priest now. It's going to be tough. I like the church down in the south. He'll garrison that. But, like, warrior priest got to start to actually take some fights. Not pick up relics. Not just defend. You have to be moving forward. And, again, this just seems like such a wise decision from Heartt. He just runs underneath the church. He's like, I don't even care about those arrows. It's not going to
do anything.
Yeah.
You lose. What's the worst case scenario? You lose 2 skirms? Oh, no.
Yeah. But, like, you say that, and I still just can't help but feel like Heartt definitely played a bunch of games, and you come to that conclusion. So many people will see a fortification get garrison, and they just run away. But he's like, nope, no problem for me. He's whittling down the warrior priest as well, who might not even have squires. They look really slow. So they're never going to compete. I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't
have squires.
Doesn't have it. Nope.
I don't think it was his plan, right? I think it's something that he ended up having to do because he's behind right now. And Heartt is just flying economically. He will drop the 3rd town center. He does have enough skirmishers to defend the counterattack from Vinchester in the north. And he's just continually running into Vinchester's base. There's squires from Vinch. I think the way this game gets finished now is if Heartt can drop a castle near the shorefish or just anywhere to protect his eco lead, right?
Or just get a decent farm eco set up. I think at this point, like, if you stay on the fish, it's really nice. It's a great eco boost for sure. It's fast food income. But you open yourself up to having some loose conditions, right? Like, Vinchester kicks you off the food and suddenly you can't make anything.
Yeah.
If he just adds 10, 15 farms, should be in an unbeatable position.
Yeah, and every time we talk about it,
more villagers on the fish. Oh my goodness.
Every time we talk about it, Heartt's doing it, right? He's fixing the eco. He's adding those farms. He's saving up the stone. He's just locked in right now. Only area he's vulnerable is where Vinchester's sending in the warrior priest right now in the south. That's the only area Heartt is vulnerable. If Heartt can defend those vills, Heartt is fine. But he could lose the skirms in the back. He could lose those villagers there, and this is a nervous moment. He's actually making archers now, so I guess his plan is to go crossbowmen. which is fine because there's no skirms anymore for Vinch. It feels like he's still always just got just enough.
Dude, the warrior priests have been good. Like he's chasing away that skirmisher army. They're really just tickling them as soon as they attack, and he's got 17 warrior priests. But there's the castle in the center. This is a big moment here. Can Vinchester do anything about that? Where are all of his warrior priests? They're on the sides. They're at the back of his base.
They're spread out. Yeah, they're spread out, dude. There's like 3 or 4 in different areas. That castle's gonna go up, and that's nice because Hearttt can actually just farm there, and that's where a lot of the wood is too. Vinch needs to go to the north now. He's actually bringing villagers, but Vinch doesn't even really have much on wood right now. He's got 3 on wood. This game has come off the rails a little. It's sad to me that I keep seeing 16 warrior priests and I never see more than 5 in one area for Vinch.
Exactly, in one spot. But he's, I mean, I guess from his point of view, Heartt's been taking the fish this entire time. You have to clear him off of that, and then you need some in defense as well against these skirms. As the micro from Hearttt is so good with the skirms, bro. Like, Vinch just can't kill this army. And it's hard to get him massed up in one spot for a consistent push. And now there's a castle in the center, so you can't send him that way. And suddenly you have to deal with Castilier as well.
And it's like
should do really well against warrior priests.
And you need skirms again now. So you lost all your skirms. Now you've got to recover. It's just on Vinchester's side, it's just a tale of how difficult high-level AoE could be against a player like Hearttt. And yeah, that castle and the unique units out there means that Hearttt is going to win every single fight. He's got the 40 villager lead now. I would just expect some of that cav to come down here towards the south to help against what's pretty much the only army from Vinch. Vinch does have a little bit of pressure coming from the north now. So some of the defensive warrior priests are here. But nice patient play from Hearttt. Eco's balanced perfectly. And he doesn't have any vills on shorefish now. It's just farms.
Yeah, the good thing here with the warrior priest for Vinch is that he's free to take that shorefish for the time being. So this is the moment where he needs to get something done. The next couple minutes. He's got a little bit of an opening. He's got some forward pressure finally. He's got the fish to take. But that only lasts as long as it takes Hearttt to mass up a big army of Castilier, and then you're done.
Yeah.
You don't have anything.
He's not going to win the fight in the north, so he has to win the fight in the south. I would love to see Vinch try a ram warrior priest push on the castle. I think if you somehow had enough army to just push the castle, then maybe life is easier. But yeah, fight in the north is horrible. And at least for Vinch,
south isn't that bad. Losing a few monks, though, that kind of sucks.
Well, I was just going to credit Hearttt for that. But he can just fall back. Like, the warrior priests are just not good enough to do it all on their own. Hearttt will drop a castle to get rid of that castle. Or, sorry, not castle, but church from Vinch. And Hearttt just needs a couple more units here. 50 villager lead and counting.
I bet he's very happy that he dropped the farms earlier now. Because there's nothing on fish for Hearttt, and he's even dropping some more. 106 villagers, decent eco upgrades for him. Vinchester just stretching all over the map, trying to get more and more fish. And to be fair to Vinch, like, his food eco is really solid. He's constantly has food. He constantly has warrior priests coming out. But it's still 109 villagers against 58.
Yeah. Yeah, and Hearttt really, he hasn't been fighting with many upgrades on his cav, and he's just going to start to solve that. And he only had 1 castle, and now he has 2, and with enough stone for a 3rd castle. So
Castilier are in now.
Pretty soon this gets dangerous.
Vinch has to make like monks, because the churches aren't doing enough. The upgrades are going to come in soon fully for these Castilier as well for Hearttt. And the villagers are all exposed. Every single aspect of Vinch's eco.
And military is dead. Yep. It's all dead now. It's all falling apart. 70 population for Vinch. A great series from him. But this is a map that Hearttt played like his home map. The lame early was incredible. It maybe denied what Vinchester wanted in the longsword opening. And Hearttt is going to...
That's a get out of my game castle.
That's a get out of my game castle right there. Exactly.
Get out of my set.
Heartt's like, I got somewhere to be, dude.
I want that 40 bucks. And Hearttt wins this one 2-1. Really solid job from both players, honestly. But just a bit of a better start here from Hearttt. And the thing I noticed is just unrelenting pressure. And he didn't get tunneled. like when he was fighting on the bottom side, on the south of Vinchester's base, trying to push near that tower, he kept just enough there to keep Vinchester busy, and then he comes to the north. And then when the north doesn't work out, he goes to the middle. And then once the middle is plugged, he goes to the south again. And all of this time, he's just adding to his eco. He's keeping himself safe at home. Really solid job from Hearttt.
Yeah, just textbook on how you control a game with military every time Hearttt plays. And that's what he did in game number 1 as well. I think the thing that Vinchester could have tried, it might not have worked, but there was a moment where he had to decide between Castle Age and not. And I still would have liked to see, like, you have a Castle Age unit available in Feudal that you can hit so much faster. If he does everything else the same and just plays 2 barracks or 3 barracks longswords, I actually think Hearttt struggles because Hearttt was on only Skirm and a couple Flemish militia. So either way, something that maybe we will see in the future. Part of that, Vinchester wanted the longsword opening, and he got lamed. But yeah, the level here to me just felt like a playoff set. So best of luck to these two as they play the next 4 rounds. They have to get as many wins as possible and try and get into the top 3 for playoffs. But great sets today. Great sets.